Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Thursday, January 18, 2024, a little after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. We're having a reverse aging health call tomorrow, Friday, at around 9 p.m. Eastern. Repetition for all of us is crucial. It's the repetition of affirmations that leads to belief. And once that belief becomes a deep conviction, things begin to happen. Claude Bristol. Now, the major difference amongst us between people who effortlessly sail across the globe manifesting all their dreams and those who never manage to get out of the harbor lies in one thing only: their attitude. There are people who simply give up on their life dream when they encounter their first difficulty or obstacle. They don't believe in themselves and have fallen prey to the I give up syndrome. There are those who don't know the meaning of giving up and find themselves naturally being successful at life, this life. Even when they lose, they are never defeated because they have adopted an unstoppable attitude about this life. Now, does this sound like a quality you'd like more of in your life? You said a huge yes. And if you're not sure, well, you start with taking a long walk outside tonight completely naked and ponder on who the heck is in charge of your life. Anytime we are viewing a difficulty as a roadblock in this life, shake your entire body and start focusing on where and how you can see it as an opportunity. Do not ever let the feeling of being blocked by this life enter into your body. Shake it out the instant it tries to creep in. You can transform any problem into something that supports you by merely shifting your perspective. I've often recommended I use it's a little platform you stand on. It's a vibrator, vibrates, shakes, pulses and shakes. And this is kind of it's an exercise for the body, but it also eliminates any heavy negative attachment. Now, it might sound funny to people, but this form of vibration has been used for a long time. It just hasn't been advertised. All of us have the power to make solving problems actually fun. For instance, you can get together with some friends and have a potluck brainstorming. It's like you kind of get together like a mastermind group, think tank. Or you could call an old friend and probe their mind for new ideas and let them think about it. Or you could set the intention of receiving the answer in a dream. Whenever you start feeling blocked, remember that there is always a solution waiting to be discovered. Now, you may just need to step out of your comfort zone a few inches so other people can help you discover it. Now, the feeling of being unstoppable, and adding to that, anything is possible. Anything is possible. When you say this to yourself through the heart-mind, you say it over and over and over again, and you are aware to not allow the ego mind lead you down the path of negativity, which means that you will start thinking anything's possible, so all bad things can happen. Okay? The feeling of being unstoppable resides naturally in our connection with our soul. When we meditate on our infinite nature, or simply relax into that place inside us that is empty of thought, we will find a surge of energy rise inside. The truth is that we already are unstoppable. We've always been unstoppable at manifesting whatever we put our attention on. As long as we are putting our attention on what we want instead of what we don't want, true confidence in this life doesn't come from overpowering others or even weaker parts of yourself. It comes from being connected to a deep resource of inner peace. This is the source of where true unstoppability is found. When any of us are truly in a pickle in our lives, one of the most powerful things that we can do is to ask this universe for help. This universe is very magical and happy to help any of us overcome any obstacle that we might encounter. This all-intelligent universe is always here listening, waiting to offer its unlimited supply of gifts and services to every one of us. It, in fact, is the only thing that has allowed us to manifest all of our desires in the first place. And it's just waiting for us to ask for more help. Once we send out a strong request to this universe and can wait with infinite patience, our request will soon be answered. With this universe on our team, how can we feel anything less than unstoppable? All of these are practices of affirmations. They may, you just repeat. You don't ever stop. You just keep repeating it. When you don't do it, you don't send it from the ego mind, you send it from the heart mind. And how many of us are attached? We have it. We have this attachment to our lives, attachment to many things. I don't believe that we're really cognizant of the fact that we have all these attachments. And being attached is what prevents us from seeing. It is what clouds this miraculous awareness, Jeffrey Shugan Arnold. So there you are, sitting with your legs crossed, visualizing your new dream house, soulmate, ideal career, peace, prosperity. And you want it so bad that you can almost taste it. You have been visualizing, feeling, and working on attracting it for quite a while now. Yet for some reason, nothing is happening. Did you just throw in the towel and give up? Or take a look at yourself and figure out what is blocking you from manifesting what you so deeply desire. Attachment is always the culprit that clogs up our manifesting vibration. Now, what is it? Well, you enjoy things. We all enjoy things in this life. You have things, you enjoy things. And if they were gone tomorrow, right? This is a question you ask yourself to know if you're attached or not. If they are gone tomorrow, how would you feel? And to being totally honest with yourself, they're gone tomorrow, how would you feel? This will tell you if you're attached or not. Because if you say, well, that was very disturbing or upsetting, I wouldn't like that at all, I value this or this stuff, whatever, it's very upsetting for me. That means that you're attached. Now, when you're not attached, you say, well, I enjoy them. I know they don't last forever, so I enjoy them. And if they're here today, gone tomorrow, it's okay. I had the opportunity to enjoy them. Say, that's not attachment. So, it's how do you know that you're experiencing attachment versus really strong desire? We are definitely attached when we think and feel that we must have or experience this something in order to feel at peace with who we are in the future. A good rule of thumb is that any time we feel that we have to have this one thing to be happy, free, successful, or alive, then we are attached and might want to take a look deeper inside to see what is really going on. Whenever we are attached to something, we will notice that our body tenses up. You might get anxious. You almost be in a hurry, or that feeling of hurriedness, or got to get it, got to get this done. And you might feel frustrated, uptight, or anxious, thinking about what you need to do to manifest your desired outcome. The anxiousness that we feel is a form of fear, which always lowers our manifesting vibration and is truly what is keeping us from actually receiving what our heart deeply desires. Now, the feeling of attachment is very sneaky and can creep in on us when we least expect it. In fact, we may be caught in a repetitive cycle of being attached to someone or something without even being aware of it. The easiest way to know if you're truly attached is to ask yourself, can I find peace if this never manifests the way I think it should? Can I find peace if this never manifests the way I think it should? And then notice how your body reacts. If you find any tight, tense, or heavy feelings arise inside you, you are most certainly playing a subtle, hidden game of attachment under the surface. The secret is to breathe deeply into the area you feel the tightness until you've released this tension. Once the tension is gone from your body, take a moment to affirm that your desired outcome, or better, is now heading your way. Through the course of one's life, every human being will at some time experience some form of attachment. We aren't exempt from it. Miracles manifest when we let go of attachment. Yet some people will tell you otherwise, as they are caught on the idea that being detached is a negative state. Being detached is a negative state. There's a fine line between being aloof, despondent, or resigned, and being detached. Key is that healthy detachment comes from vast reservoirs of trust, faith, and inner peace. Whenever we are detached in a healthy way, we are happy with our life as it is and can relax enough to completely trust this universe. which will support our manifestation if it's meant to be. Detachment is a fine art of trusting in our future destiny to such a deep degree that we don't allow our ego to make any judgments about whatever our experience of this life is. A healthy level of the detachment is powerful in the world of manifesting because it enables you to be fully open and receptive, which in turn attracts new opportunities in people to you. Every time you find a healthy, balanced level of detachment, your desire will materialize for you much faster and far easier. Have you ever noticed that? You ever notice that if there's something comes along, whatever, in your life, and it's almost like you're pulled to it, and you feel some excitement, and you say, I want that, I'm going to get that, whatever. How am I going to get that? How's this going to happen? And it doesn't happen. And then you drop it. You just say, okay, well, I'm going to leave that alone. I'll move on to something else. And isn't it amazing that that's when it shows up? When you let go of it. Now, a lot of people don't know this. The only reason that they don't receive it is because they can't let go of it. And I mean genuinely, not superficially. So you just basically, it's not, you just say, okay, I'm going to leave that alone, and I'm going to go over here, do this. Of course, truly letting go of attachment to a deep desire that you may have had for years, it's a pretty tricky thing to do. Unless it's causing you loads of suffering, which it probably already is. The golden key lies in feeling your suffering, then seeing the correlation between your amount of suffering and the level of attachment you have. And when you understand what's happening, you will soon let go. By using this detachment technique for manifesting, it does not automatically guarantee that we will create the outcome of our desire. We cannot pretend to be detached. You can't, that's kind of faking it, right? Oh, I'm detached. No, not a big deal. So a lot of people will pretend to be detached while secretly hoping that they will manifest a certain outcome underneath the surface. Now, we all know that our minds are sneaky little buggers, and they can pretend anything. So the key is knowing the truth is in how our body reacts, because our body cannot lie to this universe. Now, if you are using the technique of being detached as a strategy for getting what you want, then you're missing the point completely. It's about feeling good inside no matter what manifests or doesn't manifest in your life. The great discovery to freeing yourself from attachment is recognizing that you are the infinite spiritual source of consciousness, which is the greatest experience of freedom, love, and bliss. Do any of us need anything more? A pizza will come and go in a matter of hours, while this spiritual source is omnipresent forever. The really cool thing is that when we're tapped into our spiritual connection within, while gently holding the intention of creating whatever we want to manifest, our desire has to show up. That's something that you embrace, choose to embrace. When we're tapped into our spiritual connection within, while gently holding the intention of creating whatever we want to manifest, then our desire has to show up. This is one of the greatest manifesting secrets there are. It's a way of gently communicating with this universe what it is going to do for you. Gently communicating what it's going to do for you. By accessing our divine connection, we automatically become utterly at peace with the idea that we might or might not ever manifest our desired outcome. We transcend it all. Then it really doesn't matter what happens in our future. This is a very evolved place to live from, as amazing things will manifest when we're feeling the God source beneath our feet, flowing between our breaths. You see the difference? Most of us will try to force things, will it, okay? Push it, pull it. And what happens? We get really frustrated, sometimes exasperated. Throw our hands up in there and say, this is no use. Forget about it. All of us deserve, in the highest way, the magic of manifesting an experience to have daily. We deserve that. By letting go of our attachments, we are destined to find reoccurring joy, freedom, love for who and what we already are. It's kind of skewed, to say the least, because of how we've been conditioned or programmed. So we're drawn into yesterday and tomorrow most of the time. And when we're drawn into there, we find ourselves becoming attached to things. Now, here's a great example. Let's say that you say, okay, I'm going to have a used car dealership, right? You see, you go out, you go to the auction, you do this, and you gather vehicles, and people come and stop in and take a look at them, but you never sell one because you're so attached to all of them. That's what we do in this life. We attach to so many different things. And that's why, and then we have these expectations of wanting them. And we don't get them. And so what do? We suffer. But when you're in enlightenment, and you're within, and you know darn well that anything that you desire is already yours anyway, but it isn't one of those things that I demand that this happens. One of those things where you just know. You put it out to the universe, you leave it alone. Hey, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Because you are the focal point. You're the manifesting magnet. You're the God. You're the bliss. You're the joy. You're the happiness. You're the contentment. You're the peace. And you just, you're from your heart, you feel the confidence and the trust and the faith that you have in yourself and the universe. And you express it and you let it go. You aren't concerned about when, how, what, when, where. You just put it out there. And it will come for you. Now, when we discover how good it feels to be detached from past memories and future desires, we are definitely making major progress in this lifetime. When we discover how good it feels to be detached from past memories and future desires, we are definitely making major progress in this lifetime. Then we can truly start having some real fun. Realize every day that perfect outcomes are always manifesting into our lives. Sometimes it's the greatest gift that we don't always get what our ego wants. This allows the universe to create the most beneficial situation for our soul's evolution and gives us more of an opportunity to receive that super special something that is even better than what we originally asked for. Now, a good thing to do, you can choose to do it or not, is make a list of everything you think, feel, or perhaps might be attached to in your life. Don't leave anything out. When you feel complete with your list, circle the top 3 things that are bringing you the most amount of suffering. Now here's the fun part. Every morning you wake up and imagine seeing yourself smiling, full of joy, even if those 3 things manifested for you or never happened at all. Find this place inside you of pure awareness where the spiritual source of existence resides and relaxes into that while you see yourself smiling with joy and freedom in your heart. Make a strong commitment to yourself that you are going to feel a true state of inner peace no matter what occurs in your future. This is the path to total liberation. It all comes to looking inside ourselves. With each being that we encounter, and then releasing this wellspring of compassion onto them. Smile, be lighthearted, give them the joy of connecting with you. And you will soon be swimming in an exquisite ocean of joy everywhere you go. Tell yourself that it's easy to let go of the old and embrace the new. Follow that lighter feeling, freeing feeling, as you go through this next week or even now. As you get into the habit of being compassionate with others, this new, lighter, unattached experience of life will become the foundation of your being. This is the day your life will truly blossom and you'll spring forth into your relationships like the lotus flower rises up to bloom from the deep, warm mud below. How many times have we said, I'll try that? I'm going to try that. I'm going to see what happens. Oh, go ahead, give it a try. None of us are exempt from that either. See, we talk about a lot of words. We use words. Words are all vibrational frequencies. Now, when we look at the word try, right, it goes nowhere. What does it tell us? Well, we've all done this. We say, you look at something, you say, oh, yeah, well, I'll try that. And you say, what the heck? It's not like you're saying, I will do that, right? That's commitment. Saying trying is just, and it's very important because we get these, we use words in many different ways, and we express ourselves in many different ways, depending on our viewpoint depending on how we feel at that moment. And so we use these words where I've helped people to shift the vibrational frequency, the energy. There's a lot of people that will repeatedly all the time through their course of the day, when they're given the opportunity to do so, where they will say, I don't want this to happen, I don't want that to happen, I don't want this to happen, I wouldn't want that to happen. See? That's a vibrational frequency. Where does that go? It goes out to the universe. What does the universe do? It gives it to you. It's confusing for a lot of people. But you're making a request. See? And the universe looks at that and saying, well, they probably want this then. So it gives it to you. And how do we know that? Well, this is just one instance of using, a certain phrase without really being aware of what you're emitting. And you talk with certain people, they say, well, they say their lives are just miserable, they're a mess. Well, how long has this been happening with you? Long time. Why do you think that is? Don't know. Maybe. Could it be that by you saying that, and we usually express it through our heart-mind, that's heavy-duty energy. Could it be that by you saying you don't want it, the universe gives it to you? And since you keep saying you don't want this and don't want that, the universe gives you more. You say, I'm not going to dig a deep hole, I'm just going to dig a small one, right? We end up digging a deep hole. And it's not just a few of us, it's all of us. Through this life, we've all been there with it. The power part of it is to be aware of it and say, I'm going to shift gears. I don't care to be. You're not saying I don't want. You're just saying I don't care to be engaged with this. So I'm dropping it. Well, first I'm going to take a good look at it and see why. And then you'll just see it vanish. Try means, it really does mean that we're not 100% committed following through, doing what we set out to do and need an escape route. Pretty much does give us, well, I tried. Can't blame me for trying. Different than saying, well, I did it. Trying represents the attitude that we don't trust in our natural manifesting ability and divine connection to this universe. It's a vibration. It's a vibrational frequency. In the trying vibration, we are not allowing this all-powerful universe to truly support the effortless manifestation of our desires. It's one of the sneakiest leaks we have in our manifesting vibrations. Every time we go into that mode, the try mode, this universe responds accordingly with almost giving us what we want. The fact is that we cannot manifest anything until we eliminate this weak, half-assed energy from our life and replace it with the pure joy of trusting that we are a powerful, enlightened manifester. And when we look at pure results in this life, truth is that we are either doing something or we don't do it. We either do something or don't do it. The word trying weakens us because it just means that we're slightly invested in the possibility that it probably won't work out for us. It signifies that we are not going to move forward with our action plan and manifest our desires. The energy in trying contains the vibration of what? What does it contain? Failure. Now, you could do this right now. You could pick up something with your hand, like a pen. Then try to let it go. Okay? It's not a trick. You can try this anytime you want. Say it's a pen, okay? And you pick up the pen and then try to let it go. Don't actually drop it. Just try to do it. And then see what happens. It's a pretty frustrating experience. This is what happens in our lives when we say, I'll try to do X, Y, Z. We generate a perpetually frustrating experience between what we want and what actually shows up in our world. This is a mysterious game of manifesting. We have the choice to either commit 100% to focusing and feeling the end result that we want, or committing 100% to focusing and feeling the end result we don't want. To try and focus on what we want or don't want is just saying to this universe that we're not willing to be responsible for instigating success or failure. It's an out. By bringing more awareness to which side of the coin that we're focusing on, we can be clear about what results we are going to attract. And when we make this rock-solid commitment to our awareness, knowing in each moment that we are focusing on what we're focusing on, we have the power to send out a powerful request to this universe. And it knows that we are sincere about creating and receiving our desired outcome. What's the opposite of try? Commitment. When we step into a truly committed vibration, it is received by this universe as a big yes signal to summon all its people and forces to support your vision full-heartedly. We never manifest anything alone in this world. The all-knowing universe always is assisting us in the manifestation of our goals, dreams, visions into the physical world. It's good to know that this universe requires crystal clarity of our intention to support us in our manifestation. A lot of people are wishy-washy. They're not, kind of iffy. If we send out a wishy-washy trying energy, we'll get back a wishy-washy results, and then the people in this universe start supporting us as wishy-washy, irresponsible people. There's nothing wrong with this. We all have our strategies for remaining powerless. The path of playing the irresponsible game can only last so long before it's too painful. So the pendulum will eventually swing back to responsibility and knowing our true power. Then, when we emanate the feeling of strength, solidity, commitment in our vision, we will receive some pretty amazing results in return. You start today, it's just up to you to embrace a new way of being in your life. One in which you are creating massive integrity with yourself. And the feeling of impeccability with what you say and what you do. Not be an integrity Nazi with yourself or others. Be gentle and compassionate with yourself on this endless journey. You will always exist, even after that body is gone. So create that true long-term relationship with yourself that you can look forward to for eternity. And the discovery is to an effective, healthy relationship with yourself that works, it only makes commitments that you truly want, and never when you don't want to. And if you don't know what you want, just say, I don't know yet. And this universe has to accept this answer and allow you to be in a state of the unknown. Remember, this is your life, no one else's, and you get to do what you want to do with it. Stop attempting to make things happen by sticking your big toe in the baby pool. Instead, dive head first into the ocean of existence. And you'll be amazed at how quickly things start manifesting. This life is amazing. It is a genius at making things happen quickly when we're open, willing, and ready for it. The less we try to please others and do it all, the faster things happen with grace and effortless ease. Now, if you're someone who has been stuck in an old habit of saying you're going to do something and really mean it, yet somehow get distracted and tempted and pulled off course and never happen to follow through, then you've got some digging to do. You'll need to dive deeper inside, relax into the core of your being, and do some uprooting. It suggests that you take a year to completely eliminate the word try and its attitude from your vocabulary. Meaning anytime you feel yourself about to say, I'll try, stop yourself. Rewind. Say something else with more backbone or nothing at all. And when you stop saying the actual word, I'll try, you'll stop thinking it, feeling it, and release its energetically draining side effects. And when you've rid of all the weak links in your verbiage, your manifesting vibration will skyrocket beyond the moon. Try, should, need to, have to, got to, and can't are the top 5 to eliminate. The less you use these words, the stronger your intention becomes, the more magical your manifesting abilities become. Try, should, need to, have to, got to, and can't. Those should all be roomed out permanently. Just sense how your body responds to eliminate I'll try from your life. It may make you nauseous or bring up deeper fear. Yet when you eliminate this word, you'll see some radically outstanding changes. If you're normally a triaholic, we guarantee you'll be pleasantly surprised in just a few days how dramatically different your life feels and how effortlessly those things you desire simply manifest into your life. You can look into your past and review the types of situations where you were tempted to or have attempted to play the trying game. Perhaps when you were feeling overcommitted, overwhelmed, or rushing to get your to-do list done. In such a state of overwhelm, what happens? Panic. You might justify your actions and say, of course I'll try to do X, Y, and Z. People may often use, I'll try because they're afraid of disappointing someone and think it's better to disappoint someone else rather than yourself. Yet, is this really true? What happens to your relationship with yourself, your integrity level with your word? When you don't believe in you and never know if you'll ever follow through, do you see the vicious cycle now? So it's kind of like today is your day out of this toilet bowl, and you can shift your life in the most radical and awesome ways. So you watch your language very carefully the next week, carefully, and for the next 7 days, do not think, feel, or speak the words, I'll try. If you should slip, be very gentle and compassionate with yourself, and imagine a big, let's put it up there, in big neon red lights. Stop. Stop yourself. And after a while, it's automatic. You take a deep breath, restate your sentence with, I meant to say I will, or I am committed to, I am going to, I get to, etc. Only say it when you mean it. Otherwise, say that you don't know or cannot commit at this moment in time. You pay close attention to the types of situations, people, and circumstances that entice you to go down the I'll try road. Notice what you are suckered in by in this life, or tempted with that keeps you stuck in this old habit. Now, if you're willing to open to it, go beyond and above, beyond and above, and be free from trying anything over the next several months. Watch how your relationship, finances, health, love life, personal goals dramatically shift. It's truly a miraculous thing to see the outrageous changes that will take place. You start being committed to who you are, what you want, and stop entertaining the notorious try word. Join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose. An easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Remain still. Inner peace is inside you. Don't wait another minute. Be at peace. Simply surrender to the most relaxed part of you. Peace is already there, the very center of your innermost being. Our deepest true spiritual essence is always at ease. It knows this is all an eternal game. Just surrender to it, slowly and softly, and just let peace find you. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, the following morning. And we will return here Friday, January 19, 2024, 3:15 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call, and around 9 p.m. Eastern to continue our reverse aging health call. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. Be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, and purest of the purest purest, eternal gratitude at all times. No matter what's happening within you or outside of you.